weight is turning that heat bliss. So I don't really got a choice but to show I'm the best.
It's your boy ThatdudeRi. We back with another video, baby. I hope everybody's been staying safe, staying healthy, staying blessed. Everybody's been working hard. I know, times is crazy right now, but we getting through it. We getting through it for sure. Other than that, we got 7 places humans were never meant to live in but do by Hidden Horizons. Shout out to him. Other than that, let's just get into the video, yo. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. Let's go.
Imagine living in a place so remote, so isolated, that roads, internet, and the outside world barely exist. If your home were at the very edge of civilization, would you feel trapped or free? Today on Hidden Horizons, we journey to some of the most remote, inhabited places on Earth to discover how people find meaning, community, and purpose in the planet's tucked deep within the Grand Canyon's labyrinthine cliffs lies Supai, Arizona, a village so secluded that no roads lead in or out. The only ways to reach it are by foot, mule, or helicopter, with the nearest road ending nearly 13 kilometers away at Hualapai Hilltop. From there...
Already? Wow. That's wild. That's wild. Another
track
one.
Business
Wow.
Mileage with the QuickBooks mobile app.
Sorry, Chad.
And automatically track
Stick
your
with me,
potential.
stick with me.
The journey descends into one of the most remote inhabited areas in the continental United States, accessible only by narrow trails winding through red rock canyons. Supai is home to the Havasupai tribe, who have lived in these canyons for centuries.
Shout out my native people.
Their village is a quiet oasis nestled beside
tribes.
turquoise waterfalls, where time seems to slow down. Daily life is shaped by isolation. Food and mail arrive by mule train, and emergencies require costly helicopter airlifts. There's no supermarket, no paved streets, and only limited internet. Yet amidst these challenges, the community remains fiercely dedicated to preserving its culture, language, and land. Children attend school with a focus on both modern education and Havasupai traditions, a balance that reflects the village's deep connection to its heritage. Here, learning isn't just about textbooks. It's about preserving a way of life passed down through generations. In a place as isolated as Supai, that isolation itself becomes more than just a fact of geography. It's a daily reminder of resistance, identity, and the quiet strength of a people who refuse to be forgotten. Pitcairn Island.
Yeah, man, and I don't think they don't want to leave it because, that's all they know, and that's their land. That's probably the last little bit of land that they really have. There's not a lot of land they have out here, unfortunately, because, of who took it. But, a lot of them, they don't really have much left. So you got to keep what you got left. You know what I mean? So you can't blame them for that.
Life among the descendants of mutineers. In the endless expanse of the Pacific Ocean, Pitcairn Island sits at the edge of reality. It's one of the most isolated communities on Earth, home to fewer than 50 people.
Wow.
The island's inhabitants descend from mutineers of HMS Bounty, who chose Pitcairn as their remote refuge over 2 centuries ago. Today, their lives remain deeply connected to this legacy. Islanders spend days fishing, gardening, tending livestock, and maintaining boats and homes, tasks that haven't changed significantly since the first settlers arrived. With no airport and infrequent supply ships, residents carefully plan their lives. Food preservation, careful rationing, and communal support are essential.
Okay, so There's 50 people there, I think he said, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like, you know, people pass away, obviously. But like, so how do they keep having people, you know what I mean, reproduce? Something ain't right over there.
Contact with the outside world.
Something ain't right over there, just saying.
News arrives slowly, making
That's
island
wild.
life feel timeless. Recently, Pitcairn residents have begun welcoming small numbers of visitors, sharing their stories, traditions, and unique history.
They probably been having, you know what I mean,
Openness is
intercourse
a new
with
chapter
them,
for the
too.
Be balancing preservation of their
Be like, before you leave, we
with
need
the
some of your
realities
seeds,
of a
you know what I mean?
changing, more
Before you
connected
leave, we
world.
need a seed.
Oymyakon, surviving winter in Earth's coldest village. Deep in the Siberian wilderness lies Oymyakon, a village so remote and frigid, it holds the record as the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. Located over 700 kilometers from Yakutsk, the nearest major city, reaching Oymyakon means traveling across snow-covered roads that often become impassable in winter. Temperatures here regularly
was in the
plunge
war,
below
sure, that
minus
was crazy.
50 degrees Celsius, and the sun barely rises during the coldest months, casting the village in long, frozen twilight. Daily life is a feat of endurance and
You got that no
adaptability.
face, I don't know.
Vehicles must remain running or be kept in heated garages to prevent engine blocks from freezing solid.
Damn.
Homes
gotta keep a
rely
car
on
running
round-the-clock
overnight?
wood and coal stoves,
Wow.
with supply runs planned well ahead of time. Exposed skin can freeze in minutes, making even a short walk outside a calculated risk. Yet about 500 people continue to call Oymyakon home,
Damn, them shits look
raising
tough.
families,
Like some type of
tending
meat coat.
livestock, and hunting in
Better than a meat
subarctic
coat, low
forests.
key, in my opinion. Don't look
Their
dope.
resilience is a living
Damn.
legacy, shaped by generations who've endured
That's
where
dope.
almost
That's
no
tough.
one else dares to live. But even here, the pull of modern cities grows stronger. Many younger residents now seek lives beyond the ice, threatening the continuity of this frozen outpost. Ghost villages in Russia and Japan, echoes of lost lives. Far from the neon-lit cities and bustling centers of Japan and Russia lie forgotten places. Ghost villages slowly being devoured by nature. In northern Japan, places like Hashima Island, once teeming with coal miners and their families, now resemble scenes from post-apocalyptic films.
Yo, what's going on?
Located over 15 kilometers offshore
What the
from
hell is going
Nagasaki,
on?
Hashima, nicknamed Battleship Island, was once one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Today,
My bad,
it is
chat. I don't know what the
entirely
hell's going
abandoned,
on. My phone getting like
accessible
possessed.
only via tightly regulated boat tours. In Russia's vast Far East and Arctic fringes, entire towns once established for military, industrial, or mining purposes have been left behind after economic
I was like, I thought people were living in there. I was like,
These
wow.
villages lie hundreds of kilometers from the nearest functioning town, connected, if at all, by
And they got a cannon
deteriorating
joint right
roads
there.
or airstrips
Couple
long
cannons, it
since
looked like.
closed. Walking through them is haunting. School desks sit with open notebooks. Kitchens remain half set for meals never eaten. Children's toys gather dust in empty homes. Though devoid of life, these places now attract urban explorers,
Oh, yeah, I remember
historians,
that one.
and filmmakers drawn by the eerie silence and decaying grandeur.
That
Each
was like
village is a
World War
time
II, I
capsule,
believe.
a stark
Right when the
reminder
Civil
of how
War, the
communities
Cold War was
rise,
around, maybe.
fall, and are ultimately reclaimed by the earth.
Wow.
Alert. A frozen outpost at the edge of the earth. At the northernmost settlement on Earth,
People don't live
the
out here.
Canadian outpost called Alert stands alone in the vast Arctic wilderness. Closer to Moscow than to Canada's capital, Alert is cut off from the world by thousands of kilometers of snow and ice. Fewer than 100 soldiers and researchers live here year-round,
Wow.
enduring months of total darkness and bitter cold.
That's ridiculous.
Winter temperatures regularly plunge below minus
Man,
40
that's some nice
degrees
little buildings
Celsius,
out there, though,
and
look
the
like.
sun disappears entirely for months at a time. Daily routines require extreme discipline.
They like everybody's getting something.
Residents
Everybody's
bundle
doing something.
themselves in layers before stepping outside. Fresh food is rare, arriving by air only in brief windows of
Dang,
good
because
weather.
they can't get no fish. It's probably way
Meals
too
come
cold.
mostly from frozen or preserved supplies stored underground. Yet despite these hardships, many who experience life at Alert find themselves returning. The stark beauty of the Arctic, the camaraderie built from shared hardship, and the pride of working at the literal top of the world create an experience that, for some, becomes unforgettable. Tristan da Cunha.
Would you rather live in like a cold area like that, or would you rather live in like Egypt, or like, you know what I mean, the Sahara, like, you know what I mean? Africa get hot sometimes too. Trying to think what's really, really hot over there though. But you know what I mean? Like, man, bro, just being hot all the time and then cold, I don't know.
Life on
I
the
got tired of
world's
the cold.
loneliest island.
That shit, fuck no.
Imagine living over 2,000 kilometers from your closest neighbors on an island surrounded by endless ocean. This is life on Tristan da Cunha, the most remote inhabited place on Earth. There's no airport, no quick way to escape or visit family and friends.
They said you kids not getting out of here.
Getting there takes a week-long boat journey from South Africa, assuming the sea allows it. With only about 250 inhabitants, Tristan feels more like an extended family than a typical town. Everyone knows everyone
Everybody
else,
knows everybody.
and everyone depends on each other. Life here moves at the rhythm of weather and tides. Children walk freely from house to house, and community events fill the calendar, not emails or meetings.
No technology.
Supplies arrive
They
just
got
a
solar
few
panels
times
and
a
shit.
year,
That's dope.
meaning every delivery becomes a small celebration. Islanders spend days fishing, farming, repairing homes, and gathering at the local shop or community center for news. Yet the
Yeah,
island's
solar
remoteness also brings challenges. Medical care is limited, emergencies require careful planning, and younger residents often must decide between staying close to family or leaving for education and jobs abroad. Despite
They probably be
this,
wanting their
many
family
choose to
members to
remain
leave though and try to get a better
deeply
life for
rooted
sure,
in
like the kids for sure.
embracing the peaceful simplicity Tristan offers.
You know, they want that. They know that. You know, they want that. They want them to see
Itokortormit.
different.
Life on Greenland's
right.
Arctic edge.
Yo, these is just wild today, man.
BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers phone, video, and live chat sessions with your therapist.
He's not even real.
On
He's AI.
Greenland's remote
He's
eastern
AI.
coast, bordered by sea ice and towering glaciers, lies the settlement of Itokortormit. This tiny village, home to fewer than 500 people, is one of the most isolated inhabited places on the planet. The nearest airport is in Nurlarit Inat, a helicopter ride away, and ships can only reach its harbor during a brief summer window when the ice breaks. For much of the year,
they gotta get
the
most of their
village is
stuff.
completely cut off, with the outside world accessible only via satellite. In Itokortormit, brightly painted houses contrast the stark whiteness of snow and ice. Traditional ways of life still dominate. Locals hunt narwhal, polar bear, and seals using skills passed down through generations.
Narwhals.
Dog sleds are still used more often than snowmobiles, and supply shipments, when they come, must last for months. Climate change, however, is beginning to reshape even this frozen frontier. Melting sea ice alters migration routes and endangers livelihoods, while young people increasingly leave for larger towns with schools and jobs. Yet many remain, adapting without forgetting. Idakortormiut is more than a remote village. It's a stronghold of survival and cultural endurance at the edge of the habitable world. The world is vast. From frozen villages in Siberia to forgotten islands in Japan, hidden canyons in America, and the icy edge of Greenland, these places aren't just remote, they're resilient. They show us how far people will go to survive, to hold on to culture, and to live on their own terms. Isolation shapes life in ways most of us can barely imagine. But for those who stay, it's not just about survival. It's about identity, history, and strength. Thanks for watching Hidden Horizons. Which of these places amazed you the most?